Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Evening Podcast for April 25, 2025. Good evening, I'm Walter, and welcome to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Here's a brief summary of our top now for the latest in social and cultural news. Here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we reported on the legacy of Pope Francis, where we explored the complexities of grief, commerce, and the spiritual leader's emphasis on humility and simplicity. We also touched on Russia's announcement to reach a peace deal with Ukraine, following a call from President Trump to stop attacks on the country. In our second story, we discussed a surprise move by a senior Labour minister in the UK, who publicly acknowledged the significant trade disparity between the UK and EU, sparking hopes of a more pragmatic approach to post-Brexit relations. This development comes as Prime Minister Starmer prepares for a crucial summit with European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen next month. Lastly, we focused on a significant development in international relations, as U.S. President Donald Trump expressed openness to meeting with Iran's leaders to discuss a new nuclear deal. This comes after indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran, which yielded progress towards outlining a framework for a potential deal. However, concerns remain about Iran's nuclear program and its potential clandestine intentions. These stories highlight the complex and ever-changing landscape of global politics and international relations. We'll continue to monitor these situations closely and provide updates as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. We'll be back with more news and analysis after this break. Now for the latest in business and finance. Here's Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, our top story explores the recent rally in Asian shares, driven by hopes that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates as early as June. This news has boosted investor sentiment, particularly in the tech sector. We also discussed the challenges facing the Russian economy due to Western sanctions and a decline in oil prices. In our second segment, we delved into the world of pharmaceuticals, analyzing Bristol-Myers Squibb's impressive Q1 results. The company's growth portfolio showed healthy sales increases, and its non-GAAP EPS surprised positively, beating estimates by a considerable margin. With a forward PE ratio significantly lower than its 5-year average, BMs may be an attractive opportunity for investors looking to capitalize on undervalued stocks. Lastly, we touched on the state of the global economy, including news from Russia, gas prices, and the Canadian dollar's performance against other major currencies. That's all for tonight's summary. Tune in tomorrow for more in-depth analysis and expert insights on the latest market trends. Until then, thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Good night, and happy investing. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. First, we explored the discovery of a scorching hot exoplanet, with surface temperatures reaching as high as 4,000 degrees Celsius. Then, we delved into the stunning world of globular clusters, with a focus on M72, a remote cluster discovered by French astronomer Pierre Méchain in 1780. We also examined the complex challenge of navigation in space, where scientists are working to develop new tools and techniques to enable humans to venture farther into the cosmos. From the use of sextant navigation to the potential of neutron stars as navigational aids, researchers are making significant strides on the International Space Station. These stories showcase the awe-inspiring complexity of our universe and the incredible advancements being made in space exploration. As we continue to push the boundaries of what we know, we're reminded of the infinite mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Until next time, good night, and keep looking up at those stars. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard. Tonight, We're covering a plethora of exciting stories from the world of sports, entertainment, and current events. First off, let's dive into the NFL draft, where teams are making their picks for the upcoming season. We've seen some savvy selections, particularly from the Atlanta Falcons, who landed Georgia pass rusher Shalon Walker with the 15th overall pick. The Miami Dolphins, on the other, navigating significant off-season changes and looking to make impactful draft picks to propel them back into playoff contention. In basketball news, the NBA playoffs are heating up, with several series going down to the wire. We've got updates on the Los Angeles Clippers' dominant performance against the Denver Nuggets and the Brooklyn Nets' tough loss to the Boston Celtics. And, of course, we're keeping a close eye on Jimmy Butler's status after he suffered a deep glute muscle contusion during Game 2 against the Houston Rockets. Shifting gears to entertainment, pop sensation Taylor Swift has announced a surprise new album, sending fans into a frenzy on social media. We'll be discussing the latest developments in the music world and previewing some exciting upcoming events, including the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field tonight, and the Los Angeles Kings facing off against the Edmonton Oilers in Game 3 of their NHL playoff series. That's all for now, folks. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we explored the challenges faced by individuals who relocate to new areas, highlighting the personal stories of those who have made significant life changes. We heard about their struggles, triumphs, and the lessons they learned along the way. Next, we took a journey around the world to showcase examples of sustainable tourism in action. From community-led conservation efforts in Ecuador's cloud forests to environmentally friendly winemaking practices in Bordeaux, we saw how responsible travel can have a positive impact on local communities and the environment. Finally, we addressed a pressing issue affecting millions of Americans: the recent data breach at Connecticut's largest healthcare system, Yale New Haven Health. We discussed the potential consequences of this breach, including identity theft and medical fraud, and provided steps that individuals can take to protect their personal and financial information. These stories highlight the complexities of our modern world, from the human side of relocation to the importance of responsible tourism and cybersecurity. Thank you for joining us tonight on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. We'll be back with more thought-provoking stories and updates soon. Until next time, good night. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan, and tonight we've got a fabulous summary for you. We've been talking about some incredible stories in the world of entertainment and music. First up, we paid tribute to the talented Lar Park Lincoln, whose legacy continues to inspire us all. We also explored the latest trends in streaming services and how they're changing the way we consume media. And of course, we gave a shout out to sustainability in fashion, because darling, looking good is one thing, but feeling good about what you're wearing is everything. In music news, we celebrated the iconic Peter Gabriel, whose album OVO has made a stunning comeback on the UK charts 25 years after its initial release. Yes, folks, vinyl is back and better than ever. We talked about the power of nostalgia, the genius of Peter Gabriel, and why this album has stood the test of time. And that's a wrap for tonight, darlings. If you want to stay fabulous and in the know, be sure to tune in next time for more entertainment and fashion news, served with a side of sass and expertise. Until then, remember, always be kind to one another, take risks, push boundaries, and, grow up indeed. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we explored the remarkable tale of a troop of snow-white monkeys in Sri Lanka's Sinharara Forest Reserve. These rare creatures, with their stunning white coats, are not albinos, but rather a color variant of the endangered purple-faced langur. Their unique appearance has drawn tourists and locals alike, shifting perceptions of monkeys in the country and inspiring a new appreciation for these intelligent animals. Next, we delved into the world of conservation, highlighting the importance of protecting the Sinharara Forest Reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and its incredible biodiversity. This story serves as a reminder of the need to preserve our natural world and all its wonders. Lastly, we reported on a groundbreaking study that utilized single-cell RNA sequencing to dissect the complex immunosuppressive signatures present in the human gastric ecosystem infected with Helicobacter pylori. The research team's innovative approach has significant implications for the development of novel therapeutic strategies aimed at combating Helicobacter pylori infections and associated diseases, such as stomach ulcers and cancer. These stories showcase the wonders of our natural world, from the rare beauty of snow-white monkeys to the intricate complexities of the human immune system. As we continue to explore and understand our world, we're reminded of the importance of conservation, innovation, and the pursuit of knowledge. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of these fascinating stories. Until next time, good night, and let's keep exploring this incredible world we live in. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.